Hello, Knight here. Welcome back to Empire Total War, playing the Darthmod. This is episode 42, and we just fought a battle down in the Mediterranean against the Maltese fleet, and we've captured all of their fleet. We've renamed some of the ships now so that they're more recognisable. Let's just speed things up a bit. Let's replenish the whole of that fleet, and here move this guy back into the army, and move this fleet in here. We'll see who needs to be repaired. Okay, so we've got one ship there that doesn't need repairing, that can come out. Oh, we actually took quite a lot of damage, didn't we? They've all got minor damage, to be honest, so we'll move those two ships out. They don't need repairing. The rest will repair. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so these two ships. What I'm basically going to do now is redeploy my navy to the areas where the where the Portuguese fleet is, because I'm going to attack Portugal once I've taken Madrid. In fact, we may be able to start the fight for Madrid quite soon. Let's exempt that from tax. It's 1800 we're getting rid of, but I've good reason for doing that. We're going to send this ship round to collect these guys. So we'll just move these guys out for a moment. Let's move in. Collect the army. That's fully replenished, well, almost. 299 there. We'll just move this army aboard the ship. We'll move it over to here. We're going to attack from northern Spain downwards. That's his armies in southern Spain. Let's sort things out again. Let's just put that back in there and reapply the replenishment of these ships. Let's move this ship over. I can't quite get to that guy, so short term we're going to move him back into this fleet. We've destroyed that. He actually hasn't repaired that, I think, since last time. Same there. Same there. I don't think he's repaired his... so he's obviously suffering quite a lot of economic damage. We're going to move ashore. And we're going to move this ship back up to here. Those ships together. Right, I think we got... Did we have one guy in here? I think we had one guy. Yeah. So we're gonna bring... We've got some troops coming from America, I believe, over here, from what I remember. Yeah. So gonna put them into northern Spain. Let's have a closer look at the terrain here. We basically want the two armies to come down on this road, so if we land our troops here, there's the Portuguese fleet. I wonder where it had gone. A 32 rate. Let's move that 47 out for the moment. Move the 32 up to here to protect the port. And we'll move this unit of cavalry round here as well. Drop them off here, they can join that army. So we've got one heavy cavalry, that's 2, 3, 4 cavalry plus that. So we basically need, we've got 2 cavalry joining this army, so we need another 2 units from London. So I think I'll send down a couple of Send down the Royal Welsh Fusiliers, and we'll send down McAlpine's regiment. Move that to there. Move them on board in a second. I'm just going to tidy up a bit what I'm doing. I'm going to move this ship back first of all. We still want to cork the Mediterranean if we can. Let's see if we've got a ship that can do that. Yeah. So we'll move that ship to here. That also means the Portuguese can't attack the Moroccans and vice versa. We don't have to fight the Moroccans and the Portuguese. If they take over Gibraltar, that's what will happen. We'll move this. The Olivia's almost running out of movement, so we're going to move her back. We'll build a fourth rate there. And we're building some powerful heavy first rates in Portsmouth. Right, we're going to move most of these guys out to here. Put these two guys onto the ship. We're going to bring them down to join here. And just put them ashore and move the ship back. Oh, you can't get very far back, we'll just move it back to here. Right, okay, so let's just sort out what I'm doing with these ships now. Still got very good disorders building, but we're actually going to get the British Museum very shortly, so I'm not too worried about it. Just check on my science side of things. Yeah, that's all going very well. Right. Let's have a look and see what we're doing with our fleets. So we've got to start moving our ships around to attack the Portuguese. I think from checking they have ships in every theatre. They've got two ships there, although I've got a galleon. I've got 3 galleons, so I probably only need to send a couple of ships. Right, so a couple of ships to Brazil. I think they had a couple of ships here, didn't they? Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 2 ships there, and I think these are very lightly armed, the ships here, so we're going to have to send maybe 4 ships to the Ivory Coast. So a couple of ships to Brazil, 4 to the Ivory. We'll just have to send a major fleet, I think, to here, because we've got quite a massive presence by the... Yeah, so we're going to have to send quite a big... I think then they have no presence at all here. Oh, Poland, that's interesting. Well, it used to be Ottoman, didn't it? Perhaps they've got attacked by Poland. And the Italian states. Right, okay. So I know what I'm doing here. Major fleet to go to the Straits of Madagascar. 4 to Ivory Coast. Maybe 2 ships to coast of Brazil. Okay, so I know what I'm doing now with the fleet. So, got a major presence to the... I can't do much this go because I want to build up my ships. We're going to get the victory, etc. So we're going to wait a turn, basically. Maybe send... Although we haven't really got much in the way of movement left. You will do it in the next turn. Sorry, faffing about. We'll make a move in the next turn. Hopefully the Portuguese won't attack us. So we're getting a lot more ships. We've still got ships that are repairing over here as well, of course. We've got almost a whole fleet here, and a small fleet here. And they'll be available to redeploy in the next go. In fact, these can't really get much further, actually. Okay, right, sorry, faffing about. So we're going to make a major attack on Madrid. Take that. I haven't decided what to do with Madrid yet, whether we're going to trade it off or keep it or what we're going to do. I have to make up my mind when we actually take it. In North America, don't need to do very much here. Things are going okay. I think we're going to stay where we are at the moment and wait for an army to come over from this battle. We're going to fight this next. We're besieging the guys using this army. We've got a lot of cavalry, which is what I like when I'm fighting the native Americans. Up here, it's just basically housekeeping duties. We're moving some brakes that we've spawned from our pleasure gardens, etc., to come over here. And we've got one unit here, which is the beginnings of the garrison army that's going to stay in America when we've eventually destroyed all the enemies. Okay, we've got loads of money again. Let's have a look at our objectives. We're going for the actual specific objectives, so we're going to have to declare war on the Mughals at some stage, because they're our allies, but we're going to have to construct where they break their alliance with us somehow. We'll have to try and do that so everyone doesn't hate us. We've got to win Gibraltar, that's why we've got to attack the Portuguese. Egypt, why we're going to try and trade that with the Egyptians. Malta's about to fall. So really it's only Gibraltar and Egypt that are problematic ones at the moment. But things are moving on. We're only at war with Spain and France at the moment. Everyone else is very friendly towards us. Sorry, our allies are friendly towards us, not everyone is friendly towards us. Poland, at war with Austria, Prussia, the Ottoman. See, I'm quite tempted to give... I'm going to give Austria Spain, I think. I mean, they love us, 147. We've had a long alliance with them. The only reason they don't like us a lot is because of our territorial expansion. Well, you can't blame them for that. So I'm probably going to... If I get Spain, I'll give it to the Austrians, I think. And then I'll maybe try and trade some of the other territories, maybe Portugal and Naples and maybe Sardinia, and give those to Egypt, plus a wad of cash, probably. Yeah, we're not really liked by the imperial powers, like the crowned heads of Europe don't really like us, to be honest. The Ottomans like us. Persia likes us, Spain does, Sweden does, Spain doesn't obviously, we're at war with them, Denmark doesn't. Okay, let's get on with the game. I'm just going to do some quick upgrading, well, it won't be that quick, but we'll just move through it quite rapidly if we can. At the moment I'm concentrating on upgrading facilities in Americas, that theatre, then I'll move on to India. I'll move on to roads next once we've developed all of these. Right, we're getting a lot of cotton. Hope there's a good price for cotton. Tobacco, coffee. Okay, we haven't got enough money for that. Right, I'm going to stop there, hang on to the rest of the money. We're also besieging Malta. I don't know if any of you spotted that, so it's quite possible we'll have 2 siege battles when I end the turn, which I'm going to do next. Right, well, I can't really afford to do that because they'll only backstab me. Even if I got some territory off them, it wouldn't really be worth it. Right, opportunity to intercept. I think I'm going to. Yep, so he's got to come towards me to attack me, so I have the advantage. I have artillery, he doesn't. Excuse me. I couldn't let that guy go past me because he might well attack Mexico, province of Mexico City, etc. So I really need to take him out. Hopefully the army won't come round and attack us immediately. To try and keep my losses down to a minimum. Okay, I think we're on the same battlefield we were on before, I think. It looks very familiar. Let's group these guys together for fire control. I'm going to set up a long way back if I can. There's a nice group of woods there, I can give him a surprise. I want to have the maximum amount of time firing on him, basically, with my artillery. that's kind of freebie, basically. Free kills, aren't they? Put those there. Put them a little bit further over. Okay. Cavalry are going to be quite important, as always. I think we're going to hide them. So they're actually can be seen. Well, they can be seen. They should be hiding. Well, obviously that woodland isn't very good at hiding troops. That's the end of that plan then. It can quite easily be seen apparently. Yeah, so we'll put them over here. Yeah, let's move them a bit further away from artillery. Don't want to suffer some damage. We'll move up to these woods and move in there. And right, we're going to move the General, Lord Shonk of Panama. He can take a position in the woods. And we're going to actually split this force. We're going to have a very experienced troops together. That'll be the front line. Help if I put them into line. So them as a reserve. Then we put our second line here. Okay, quite happy with that. Let's see what he does. Let's move the cavalry over into the woodland. Bowmen, so they're prime material for being taken out. Artillery is going into action. We can probably swing round straight away here. Try and take them in the flank. We will keep these guys as reserve actually. I'm thinking about the second battle, if we take them off fire by rank. We'll move the cavalry up as well. Let's take them off fire by rank. We'll probably be charging those bowmen. Right. Let's see if we can do some targeted damage on these guys. I haven't quite reached them yet. Okay. Let's go into these woodland areas. You're going to use the woods as a shield. It's a slight hillock as well if you look in the terrain. So we're taking out these guys. Ah, there goes the... It's fantastic, isn't it? Those carcass shot. Really impressive. So they're coming round now, the militia. I don't think militia can form up in square. So they're at a disadvantage to cavalry. Okay. Wow. A lot of dead Spaniards. We're ready to take out these bowmen. We don't want to leave them around for too long. Wow, that was a good shot. Just going to move the cavalry up a bit more. Just behind this ridge. How are we doing over here? Let's move these cavalry behind. Need to form up a bit quicker. We'll let them have the first volley and then we'll probably yeah, they didn't last for too long, did they? Let's charge in with that unit. Let's move forward with that one. We're going to use the cavalry on the bowmen. Go on, charge. I should be starting to get volleys from my infantry. Let's turn them off fire. I'm going to charge into the back of these and use the bayonet on these guys. They've had a couple of volleys, so they'll be They've suffered about 35 losses. Let's retarget the artillery. I don't want them taking out our own men. Take out this unit. They're starting to go. Let's have a look. They are retreating. Let's keep after them. We've killed their general. Let's keep after these guys. Let's get these guys going, and let's turn off the artillery now. Let's continue the battle. I'm going to turn off the artillery. That should be them. Yeah, that should be. Okay, that's all going very well. I think we're pursuing them okay. Militia, let's keep after these guys. So we don't want any to escape. So 130 guys left. Am I still firing? Let's limber them up. Let's get the general involved. Let's turn all these guys off fire. There's 16 guys left. I think we can afford to let them run, to be honest. Fortunately, I think I'm going to suffer more losses with my cavalry, aren't I? Let's bring this guy over to these units. We're just going to speed things up now, so you don't really want to watch the mopping up operations. Let's send them over towards those 87. Let's speed things up a little bit more. That's quite simple. Okay, so he hasn't got many survivors. 25 there, 25 there, 72, maybe 100 men. Very few. Okay, and I didn't take too many losses, I think. Just looking at the units down here. Killed Mr. Aguero. Okay, that should be over fairly shortly if we can trace down this these last lot of. Come on, lads, get them. Don't terrible trouble chasing down these guys, don't we? Okay. Well, the battle's only about 10 minutes, so not too onerous. Let's put a dent in his army. I think it will mean that we'll have the advantage when eventually we do attack the guy, or he attacks us. Right, I think we're almost there. I can still see one white flag flashing. We'll have a quick look at the results. See who did what. And then we'll try and replenish the guys. Yeomanry killed nearly 400 and they lost 3 men. Mounted Auxiliary did well, 13 they lost and they killed 223. Yeah, they're getting experience all the time, which is good. Right, that's good. He's gone. That's lucky the other guy didn't come straight round and try and attack us, because obviously we want to replenish a bit now if we can. Let's just put a little bit of a dent in his army. It's not a full stack. I don't know where he's getting these troops on. Santa Fe is not a big production area at all, so it's odd that he's able to spam out these units, and they're not particularly awful units. They're fairly medium, sort of average type units. They're not elite units by any sense of the word, but Even so, it looks to me as if the Maltese are going to sit there in their port, I think. Right, this is the big one. I have to fight a lot of his. He's got 4, 5, 6 cavalry, so hopefully we are to use the stakes fences. He's mainly got melee troops after that. So I need to alter the order in which I'm bringing on my men. I need my infantry on first, I think. Yeah, that would be a good idea to bring the infantry on first, because we're going to be in some sort of weird melee situation, aren't we? And then we'll bring on the artillery last. I mean, I hope I don't get down to this reserve army. We're actually outnumbered, not by many. So let's fight this battle. See how he deploys. We should have the deployable defences, which will help us as well. Once the Pueblo nation are destroyed, we'll send one army off to help Lord Shonk of Panama in his fight against the Spanish in the deserts around Santa Fe, and we'll send another army straight back, I think, to Europe. Right, it's unusual terrain. Actually, I've just noticed we're not getting loads of rain. We were getting loads and loads of rain in the first few battles. Not a particularly fantastic location. We don't really have the advantage of the terrain in any sense of the word. I think we're going to set up across this corner, I think. Let's start off with the artillery. I'll just group them together for fire control, so we put them here. Oops. And there, yeah, that's fine. We're probably going to have to, got quite a small deployment area here, so we're going to have to move around quite a lot. The Duke of Cornwall over here. That'll be a reserve unit. And we need to, the Welsh Heavy Guards, Horse Guards, and Scots Horse Guards. We're going to move them as one brigade. I'm going to put them here. Move them a bit closer as a group, because we're going to move them round to flank the guy. In fact, really, that'd probably be 2 brigades, wouldn't it? 2 regiments. That'd be 2 brigades. Right, and we'll have another brigade on this wing. Going to swing round and try and pin their. Once their infantry are pinned, we will hopefully bring the horsemen around and attack them. Let's try and put my high melee troops in the front line. Put them on guard. And we'll put them, let's have a look, put them here. And we're going to deploy the fences, and then we'll have a second line which will also deploy fences. We'll put them here. I'm just going to stagger them slightly, just so that we can form a problem for his cavalry, and then we will be moving back slightly. We haven't given ourselves a lot of room there to move back. Right, I think we're going to move forward slightly. Move these guys forward, and we're going to move these guys forward. Whoops. Okay. So the fences are a fair obstacle now, I think, to the Cherokee, what am I talking about, to the Pueblo, and we'll be moving the cavalry around on the flank. Yeah, let's move them up a bit, we don't want to get caught by our own artillery. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to have to do a little bit of redeployment. We'll have to move troops maybe across to here. seeing what he does. Let's get hold of the artillery. Let's start the battle. Let's target his chief's bodyguard. Let's move the cavalry up. These units will take the fire off. And we're going to move these units over here. Like I said, we're going to have to redeploy slightly because we were set up quite narrowly, to be honest, so we need to move along. These will be the reserve troops that will step in when we need them. We're going to move the whole of this line back. Let's move it back to here. Let's retreat as quick as we can. We don't want them firing on us. I think he's got some bowmen, hasn't he? Let's see if we can take out. Where's he actually attacking? He's coming straight for my general, as usual. Need to move the cavalry around a bit more. We don't need to go as wide as I'm going, actually. Just going to move that Prince of Wales unit over here. And let's charge in here. Tribal gunners hate them. Yeah, we're suffering a lot of losses already. He's actually running into my... Yeah, that's good. He's running through my defences. Not good for him, good for us. And we're giving him lots of volleys. Yeah, so that's good. We've taken out a lot of his guys straight away. Yeah, we're winning the battle on that side, on the flank. Let's turn their fire by rank on. They're gone. Let's continue with moving the cavalry around, because we'll just be moving literally along the line as we get meleeed. Let's move these guys here. So the first of the attacks against these warriors can take place. We'll move the other 3 units along. They've recovered quite well. Let's move these guys along. We're going to melee these guys, pin them, and then we're going to rush the cavalry down to attack them. Let's bring some more cavalry over to attack these guys now they're pinned. Let's keep up the momentum. Let's charge them into the back of those. Charge those back of those. Yeah, they've come back, those tribal gunners. I don't think the fences hurt my own men. I don't think so. Which is a bit weird. But, let's charge these tribal gunners before they charge my men. Right, okay, we're doing very well. I think it might be time to actually advance, to be honest. There's bowmen there, so we're going to charge them. Might be a chance for a general advance, I think. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We're going to advance on them. Wow, what a carve up. Let's keep it going. Need to kill that chief's bodyguard as soon as possible. Where's some cavalry? Suffering heavy losses here, but we're doing very well. Let's attack these guys. And we'll move around. Infantry can take people in the flank as well, so we can do that. Let's keep moving forwards now. Keep the route going. Gosh, we lost a lot of men there. Let's move these up to help out. We need to charge the cavalry into the back of these guys. Try and keep the rout going. Because they've actually steadied themselves, these guys, so we need to keep them. They're shattered, they're shattered. Yeah, they're broken. Okay, we're doing very well. Actually, I'm very happy with how things have gone. We've lost a lot of men, but I'm going to attack these guys, actually. This warrior society. I'm going to put the guys on. I'm going to bring these guys in to attack from the rear. Okay. 6 of those dragoons are left. It's not fantastic, is it? Let's move forwards. Do on fire by rank. We're actually skirmishing with these guys, so we're drawing them towards our infantry. Gosh, 23 men left there. Let's withdraw them. 61 Welsh heavy cavalry. Let's charge the. Got the enemy general. We're getting some reinforcements now. Wow, this is a right carve up here. Let's charge the medicine men. I think these guys are still chasing after these ones who are basically just shooting them down. They're shattered now, so we're going to charge in on them. There's only 68 of them left. Well, I think we can end the battle. That was very good, actually. Lost a lot of men, but the result is what counts. So things are progressing according to plan. Let's have a look and see who did what. Oh, we've actually lost a unit as well. Let's have a look. Well, the heavy cavalry have done very well. Lost quite a few. Colonial dragoons have lost 134. They killed 254. They did well. Okay, so I think it's probably the colonial dragoons that we've lost. Yeah, I think so. Quite a lot of experience gained. Are we shy of the colonial dragoons? Yeah, I think it's the colonial dragoons that have gone. Okay, let's leave him in the town. Oh, gentleman in Panama. That's another good place for it to have a gentleman. I'll have to pick him up and take him up to Hartford in Connecticut. So we've captured Texas. Let's sort that out first of all. So we need to destroy that, do the infrastructure, start repairing troops. Don't think these actually fought in the battle, did they? So we just need to repair any that were damaged. He's not actually done anything, has he, this guy? He's not moved at all. Will we upgrade that? I'm worried that the Spanish will come over and raid it actually, so we won't. So this army is replenishing itself. So is this one. That's fine, that army. And that army's replenishing itself, that's good. Right, so we captured Texas. That's the ships in Portsmouth. Constructed loads of stuff. We should start to reap the benefit of this soon. And the generals here have all increased their capabilities. They'll be coming back. The least clever general will be staying here with the army. Natural causes. Thomas Newcomen. So I assume that he's in Britain. Theatre role. Okay. Nation destroyed. Pueblo nations. Okay, that's good. Right. Let's get this guy. Let's get the guy from Panama. Let's move him out so I don't forget that he's there. Right, let's take a ship down. We'll just do this straight away. We'll move him up to Hartford in Connecticut. I'm spawning gentlemen and rakes in the most awkward places at the moment. I mean, we can still move them about, but it's just a pain. I mean, he will be in Hartford this turn, so it's not He should be anyway, if I do things right. Up here. Okay, we're going to release him. Have we released him? Where's he gone? Is he still there? Let's try and move him back into the port and get him to come off. Perhaps you can't do it with agents, right. Let's highlight him. Send him off. Perhaps you can't do it with agents, I don't know. Because he's still on board the ship. Okay, so it's obviously some kind of glitch. Agent, get off. No, I literally can't get him off the ship. He's enjoying himself so much. Right, we'll have to try and move him up to Hartford in the next turn. Right, okay, 38,000, that's very good. So we'll look over here. We're going to move this priest a bit further, this Protestant guy a bit further down. And we'll try and get him to work on the Protestantism in these territories that I've captured. Over here, need to replenish all these guys. So it's just that one guy. Oh, this guy must need replenishing as well, and that one does. That one needs replenishing. That's better. Right. Okay, so we've done well there. Probably won't be able to move out an army straight away. So just one more territory to get. I might come back to America again to carry on with increasing the productive capacity of the area. Just going to go back to Britain at the moment. Oh, he's building a port there, the French, so we'll destroy that. That's gone. Right. And we're blockading that port. I say this term we're going to try and start to move ships around to intercept the Portuguese ships that are around the coast, or in the trading areas rather. I think we said we needed a couple of units to Brazil. Let's see if we can get a couple of units down there. Can he get to Brazil? He can't this go. Right, okay, slight problem. Can he get to Brazil? He can. So we're going to send two. I think we had some other ships there as well, didn't we? So they'll be going to Brazil. Yeah, so if we look at Brazil, you can see who they're going to fight. There's only two ships here, and I've actually got some decent galleons here as well that can join in, so it'll be 5 against 2. So that's basically sorted. We need to move some ships to the Ivory Coast. So again, I think I'm going to... Can these go down there? They can't reach, can they? So it's going to take a turn or so. We don't need all of these down here actually. Ivory Coast, I think we need 4 ships, don't we, to the Ivory Coast. So we maybe send Vernon, someone decent ship. 4, we send those 4. They'll be heading down to the Ivory Coast. And okay, I'm going to put this. Where are we? Let's not blockade the Mediterranean yet because we've got ships here, haven't we? Well, we're going to have to keep a ship here. But we're going to put 2 ships here actually. Light galley and that ship. One will stay in Malta to provide kind of a naval coverage so it can't be invaded. The other ship will act as a transport fleet for this army when it's finished its work, which will be this turn actually. I've got quite a lot of ships here actually. They'll come round and attack Marseille. I believe that he hasn't got... He's repaired that again, hasn't he? He has. Let's move them in there. Okay, that's probably gone. Just move out so he repairs it. We need an admiral with that group. Put Edward Hawke, that group. And we'll move. This will probably be the fleet. We won't have to send all these ships, but it'll probably be the fleet that will go to fight the... Yeah, it's going to fight the people, the Portuguese rather. I'm rambling a bit here. They're going to fight the Portuguese in Straits of Madagascar because they have a large fleet here. We've got 4 ships here. No, is it 3 or 4 galleons? We've got 4 galleons, a bit depleted, but we'll need quite a lot. If you see what he's got here, he's got about 13 ships. They're not fantastic ships, but even so, I want to make sure we capture all of them, or as many as we can. So I'll probably need quite a reasonable fleet there. So as I've said, we'll probably send the Victory down to actually take part in the battle. We've got an admiral already, haven't we? So we send the Victory, maybe one of the heavy first rates, just to see it in action. So move that down off the Gibraltar, and we'll send. Oh, I don't know. Edmund Russell's quite old, isn't he? Mind you, so is George Rooke. He's 82, George Rooke. Russell's 79. Well, we'll give him one last chance to have a bit of fun. So let's put some more ships in there. Yeah, I'll send some decent ships out there with experience. So we're forming up a fleet to basically take on the Spanish. So we need to have quite a lot of ships in there actually. So we've got 4 galleons anyway. So that'd be like 17 ships. We've got some pretty good ships here. I may actually put 2 of the heavy first rates into that fleet. I'm going to do that. I put 2 heavy first rates into that fleet. And then he does have a fleet somewhere in around here, doesn't he? Here we are. There's them there, which is actually quite a good fleet. So these are gonna go to Madagascar, or East Africa Trade Theatre. I won't do it this go. There'll be a couple of goes before we position correctly. And yeah, we need to build up this fleet. Can't really strip Britain entirely of its navy. Still need to take out here, don't we? Let's build some more ships. Don't know whether to build second raters because they're quite fast. I'm going to build a couple of second rate ships and a couple of first rate, and we're going to put a ship across here still, which will prevent ships entering or leaving the Med. And we're going to move this fleet up to here. I'm going to form the beginning of a fleet to take out this guy. We will mainly move the large, really good ships down here so they can hold their own against the Portuguese should they do a surprise attack. I mean, I'd be quite happy with that fleet to hold its own against them. Maybe given a couple more ships, but we've still got to do business of protecting Great Britain. Maybe we'll put John Byng down there as well. we'll do that, and then the rest will stay up here and do the business on the French as usual. Okay, that should be gone now, and then we'll take out this port, stockyard. Right, that's gone. So we're back in here. We're recruiting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ships. How's the science going? Not too bad. We're getting some decent science through fairly shortly. These are just the trade routes we've been attacking. So again, we've taken out his ports. So he has no trade. We're going to start moving towards Spain now. That's destroyed. That's blockaded. His army's moved. I'm not quite sure where it's moved to, but it has moved. So let's go gingerly. Well. Why is it he can't? I suppose this guy's blocking him, I suppose. Let's move forwards. Yeah. I just thought, why couldn't he move that distance? Okay. So let's go. Let's hope we don't get ambushed. So we can try and find out where his troops are. Let's go along the road. Right. Well, we want to take out this guy, so we're going to move this guy up. It doesn't look as if he's only got like normal troops there, to be honest. Garrison troops. Ah, they reach? They can't quite reach. That's a shame. They're going to be able to reinforce, which is a pity. We might have been able to grab it that go. I'm quite confident with the troops we have that we can take on the garrison and his army. Don't think we can besiege it, can we, with cavalry? Can dragoons besiege? No. Okay. Well, we'll also be fighting a big battle for Madrid in the next episode. I'm going to call it a day there, actually. Yeah, so we'll be fighting a battle for Madrid in the next episode. We'll have the siege of Malta. That will be over. And we're preparing our fleets for the attack on the Portuguese. We still need to move some of these units back over from America. So we'll do that soon. We'll certainly be able to move one of these armies out, I hope. Let's see, actually, can we start things off? Still got this army sitting here, haven't we? Right. I think most of these units are ones that I'm going to want to take to Europe, to be honest. They're highly qualified. I'm going to move them out, move those in, and we're replenishing that army. I think that this army here and this army here should be enough to take out this guy. So we're going to start moving an army back straight away. None of these units will be left behind, I've decided, for yeah, it's just not worth it, to be honest. These are too good. Okay, let's move one unit on to the ships, move them out. There's the navy. Let's move a couple back in, actually, to move the rest of the guys. Let's move him up to here. Just going to put him on board. Take him to, yeah, well, I'm not quite sure. if we try taking him to... Let's try taking him... We had a bit of trouble getting this guy off, didn't we, to be honest? Let's move these out. Let's have another go, see if we can actually get this guy to... He just doesn't want to get off, does he, basically? He doesn't want to leave the ship. Let's move him out anyway. Let's concentrate, move this guy over to here. We've now got the army. It's replenishing, but that's fine. Move it to here. And we'll disembark it. Move the ship out. Move one of these guys back in. So we're now at the port. Let's move them on board. Okay, and we'll see if we can. We can't get to Newfoundland, I don't think. No, but we'll go through the Azores again and to Europe. So they'll be joining in the battle against the Spanish and the Portuguese. There you go. Hopefully they'll have time to replenish. Right, I'm going to call it the end of the turn there. Just need to move some of these ships back into here. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Keep well, and next episode will be along very shortly. Bye for now.